Vanessa Trump, former wife of Donald Trump Jr., was the one to officially call it quits on her marriage. The mother of five made the move at the time when the Trump family was under increasing scrutiny over alleged ties to Russia. Here's the truth about this high-level split. On March 15, 2018, TMZ broke the news that Vanessa filed for divorce from Don Jr. She didn't contest custody or spousal support, which may indicate that she signed a prenuptial agreement. As for Jr.'s reaction, well, he didn't seem too broken up about the whole thing. In fact, a source told TMZ that Don Jr. was relieved. However, Page 6 noted that the fallout from the divorce couldn't have been worse. Vanessa reportedly filed papers on the same day that special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into the president's alleged collusion with Russia subpoenaed the entire Trump Foundation, which includes Don Jr. Making matters even more complicated, Vanessa hired a criminal attorney for the divorce, which was a somewhat odd decision according to a family law expert. According to Page 6, the pair finalized its divorce in late 2018 and reportedly signed a confidentiality agreement to keep the terms of the settlement private. Way back before there was Vanessa Trump, there was New York socialite and model Vanessa Hayden. Think Paris Hilton, except instead of hotels, Vanessa's mother ran the K Models agency, according to Elite Daily. Her mom's agency reportedly gave Vanessa her first taste of good old-fashioned nepotism when she started modeling as a child. According to Bustle, Vanessa landed a contract with Wilhelmina Models and attempted to launch an acting career, which didn't quite happen. A year later, she entered the Trump family orbit, but if she was looking for a career boost, she barked up the wrong tree. Vanessa served once as a celebrity judge for the Miss USA pageant, and she made an appearance on The Apprentice. That's pretty much it. From there, Vanessa faded into the background as Mrs. Don Jr., which had to be quite the adjustment considering the height of her modeling days saw her romantically linked to one of the biggest names in Hollywood. Following the blockbuster success of Titanic in the late 90s, Leonardo DiCaprio was the biggest heartthrob on the planet, which also means that he had his pick of young models and starlets. According to New York Magazine, Vanessa was one of them, although there's some dispute about what really happened back in 1998, when Leo was king of the world and Vanessa was an up-and-comer on the catwalk. While the two were reportedly spotted nuzzling at a premiere party, Leo's publicist denied they were dating, and sources accused Vanessa of planting stories with gossip columnists about Leo finally settling down with a down-to-earth girl. Apparently, Vanessa was anything but, an old friend told the magazine. Vanessa played the media really well. Now she's all dolled up and ladylike and but she used to be this hard rock in leather and baggy jeans. She was a total gangster bitch. A former high school classmate agreed, adding, "She was an ill thug. She went out with this Latin king for like 3 years." According to Page 6, that member of the infamous Latin King's street gang was her prom date and first love. Vanessa reportedly met Valentin Rivera in grade school, but they didn't cross paths again until a house party when the pair was around 15 years old. Rivera told Page 6 that after a stint in prison, his relationship with Vanessa was so serious, they discussed getting married and having kids. The rumored romance allegedly ended when she possibly hooked up with DiCaprio in 1998. The story of how Vanessa met Don Jr. is one for the ages, provided your definition of an epic romance involves using a highly offensive word to describe your future husband's father. In a 2006 interview with the New York Times, Vanessa recalled how she first met Don Jr. at a 2003 fashion show, thanks to an introduction from his famous dad. According to Vanessa, the three had a, quote, brief, awkward conversation and then parted ways, but the story didn't end there. She explained, "Donald comes back up to me again and says, 'I don't think you've met my son Don Jr.' And I said, 'Yeah, we just met 5 minutes ago.'" 6 weeks later, Vanessa and Trump Jr. were supposedly introduced again at a birthday party for a mutual friend. For a moment, the two initially didn't remember each other until it hit Vanessa, and that's when she reportedly used the R word to describe Don Jr.'s dad. That dad would go on to become the 45th president of the United States and her father-in-law. Awkward. After somehow landing a model who may have dated Leonardo DiCaprio, you'd probably want to pull out all the stops when it comes to your wedding, right? Not exactly for Don Jr. The heir to his family's real estate throne was labeled a cheapskate by the New York Post when it came time to plunk down on an engagement ring. According to the tab, Jr. proposed to Vanessa inside a jewelry store at a New Jersey mall while paparazzi and TV cameras conveniently captured the moment. In exchange for the publicity and future promotional appearances, Vanessa's $100,000 ring was reportedly on the house.
I'm very happy. She better be very happy.
As for the wedding itself, Jr. once again spent nothing. They held their 2005 wedding at Mar-a-Lago, his family's Florida golf club, the same joint where Trump Sr. married his third wife, Melania, just a few months earlier. Despite her early years as a fixture in the New York party scene, Vanessa seamlessly transitioned into her new role as a stay-at-home mom to a brood of 5.
Who's on diaper duty?
As Romper noted just after the 2016 election, Vanessa's Twitter was a shrine to her kids, even as she began retweeting endorsements for Trump policies. However, she also has an eye for philanthropy, and she was active in humanitarian efforts while growing her family. According to her now-deleted biography on the Eric Trump Foundation website, Vanessa is an avid humanitarian who volunteered with Don Jr. on an Operation Smile medical mission in Nicaragua in 2008. As the mother of 5 young children, Vanessa is committed to helping Operation Smile transform the lives of children in developing countries. As for why Vanessa's bio was scrubbed from the page, Eric reportedly ceased fundraising efforts for his foundation when he and Donald Jr. were tasked with running the Trump family business after their father's presidential win. And that's when the trouble allegedly began. On February 12, 2018, Vanessa was hospitalized after she opened an envelope containing a suspicious white substance. The threatening letter was addressed to her husband, and the incident sent Don Jr. into a justified rage. He tweeted, "Thankful that Vanessa and my children are safe and unharmed after the incredibly scary situation that occurred this morning. Truly disgusting that certain individuals choose to express their opposing views with such disturbing behavior." Fortunately, authorities determined that the substance was cornstarch, according to NBC News, and a suspect was arrested in Boston. Vanessa tweeted, "Thank you so much to everyone that helped catch the person who sent the horrifying envelope that I opened up 2 weeks ago. A special thanks to the Secret Service and all the dedicated state and federal agencies in Boston, NYC, and around the U.S." Though Vanessa's case was handled by a slew of law enforcement agencies, she reportedly struggled in its aftermath. A source told Page 6 the mother of 5 was worried for her kids. Not long after the white substance scare, Page 6 ran an exclusive report that claimed Vanessa's marriage to Don Jr. was on the rocks. According to sources, the couple always had issues, but things only grew worse as Don Jr. became wrapped up in his father's administration and its scandals, along with running the family business. An insider said, "Don Jr. has been busy traveling, which has contributed to their problems. Vanessa is a devoted mother, but she's increasingly lonely and alone in the house with the children." Page 6 also reported that friends grew increasingly concerned about the way Don Jr. had apparently changed. They cited his erratic tweet attacking the survivors of the Parkland, Florida shooting and an awkward Halloween tweet that used his daughter to criticize socialism. On top of that, the envelope incident was allegedly an eye-opener for Vanessa. A source said, "Vanessa is by nature a very low-key person, and she's uncomfortable with the attention her family is getting now that the Trumps are on the world stage." Vanessa's exact reasons for divorcing Don Jr. are up in the air, but tabloids have hinted at infidelity possibly contributing to the union's demise. In March 2015, retired model Melissa Stenton accused Don Jr. of sending her private Twitter messages, and former Danity Kane singer Aubrey O'Day also alluded to some sort of scandal involving the president's son. According to Page 6, O'Day and Don Jr. met on The Celebrity Apprentice, where he allegedly hunted her down even though he was married to Vanessa. American Idol star turned politician Clay Aiken, who appeared on The Apprentice alongside O'Day, also hinted at shenanigans between O'Day and Trump Jr. Vanessa was reportedly pregnant at the time, and Don Jr. allegedly told O'Day that his marriage was ending. Rumor has it that it was Donald Trump Sr. who stepped in and told Jr. to knock it off. O'Day initially claimed she would not speak publicly about the subject, but that didn't last long. In 2013, she released a song called DTJ that's about having an affair with a married man who has the initials DTJ. By 2019, she was apparently ready to let the cat fully out of the bag, revealing on MTV's X on the Beach that Trump Jr. was her soulmate. During his divorce from Vanessa, Don Jr. started dating former Fox News personality Kimberly Guilfoyle. Vanity Fair reports that Don Jr. thinks Guilfoyle is, quote, "a cool girl who fishes, shoots guns, and also wears makeup and the fashions."
I like to joke on the campaign trail, my big sacrifice for America is having to travel with Kimberly.
As it turns out, Vanessa seems cool with her too. She even defended the Fox News star after an article suggested the network should fire Guilfoyle over her relationship with Don Jr. because of conflicts of interest. Vanessa tweeted, "The lengths people will go to attack a woman simply because she's dating Don. We've been separated for over 9 months and respect each other's decisions and privacy. We'll focus on raising our great kids. Would be nice if the press did the same rather than obsess over our private lives." Even though she's no longer legally part of the Trump family, Vanessa still maintains her bond with them. Her kids are Trumps by blood, and it seems like Vanessa is doing her best to stay tight with her former in-laws. When she's not tweeting about her kids, she's posting tributes to the family, including a happy birthday post to Grandpa, also known as President Donald Trump, in June 2019. The president's former daughter-in-law was also seen outside the home of his older daughter Ivanka and her husband Jared Kushner, dropping off her children in September 2018, according to Vanity Fair. While it isn't clear if Vanessa and Ivanka are as close as they were before the split, it's apparent that they aren't letting the end of Vanessa's marriage keep their children apart. Vanessa may no longer legally be a member of the Trump family, but she doesn't seem ready to completely cut ties with the presidential clan, at least for now. While there were rumors that Vanessa was leaving Don Jr. because of his tight-fisted ways, the former model isn't exactly hurting for cash. Her mother is still alive as of early 2020, but Vanessa inherited a not-so-small fortune from her father, Charles Hayden, who passed away in 2005. Page 6 reported that Hayden owned 30% of a specialty foods company that sold for roughly $415 million in 2017, leaving Vanessa and her family with a sizable windfall. According to People, the money would have been untouchable by Donald Jr. in the divorce proceedings since it was part of an inheritance. The fortune ensures that Vanessa will be able to be financially independent with or without her ex-husband. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.